This is the 2020 Indian Challenger. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Today's video was a ride along. Can't wait for you guys to get your hands on this. If you haven't yet and you're on YouTube, subscribe to the Moto Safari channel. Give this video a like. Thanks so much for watching. And we'll see you on the flip side. Alright guys, today we have the Indian Challenger 2020 Indian Challenger Limited first ride. And I can tell you, I have been excited for this thing. I haven't been doing rides in a while, but this is a great one to come back on because this bike has been just, everyone has been freaking out about this thing just because of all the specs. So I'm going to run down real quick. Limited, I'm not going to stress about all the features. I know crash bars is a difference with the Limited. There's a small price increase, but pretty much with the engine in this thing, it's one of the most powerful engines Indian has ever created. 122 horsepower and 128 foot-pounds of torque, and it's a liquid cooled engine with a fixed fairing on the front, all new brakes and suspension, all new everything. So here we go. Got this thing cranked up. We're going to take it out for a little joyride. Oh man, this thing is nice. I'm ready to roll, baby. Oh, and I accidentally cut it off. That's great. So we got the radio just like a standard Chieftain going on. So this one, the Limited, obviously has nav. A bunch of other cool features. Man, it feels really good in between the legs. It feels like you're definitely in control. I really like that. And let's just take it out. I'm not going to go through all the dash stuff because it's the same as the Chieftain. This is going to mainly be rideability and power. Oh my goodness. Right off the bat, man, this feels a whole lot different than a standard Chieftain. I feel like my butt is, I don't know if there's a different seat on the Limited, but there's a nice, like my butt feels like it's really down in there. Oh, the handling, man. Woo! Handlebars are super comfortable. As you can see, they pop out quite a bit. Nav screen looks awesome. Man.
5 and then up to 25.
There we go. Turn that off. So, what is this bike? And why did Indian make it? This is pretty much, in my opinion, don't quote me on this, but I feel like this is going to be one of their top selling bikes because this thing has the style that everyone from Harley loves, but it has the power that Indian has never really been able to come out with stock. Now you think you can get upgrades on this engine as well, man. This thing will be an absolute beast. It already is, you know. So as you can see, look at this finish. I don't know if with the GoPro you can see that finish, but it's got that metal flake going on. That's probably because this is the Limited, obviously. You have the premium price for that, but obviously, in my opinion, you usually get a bike that's top tier like this. Why not? Holy crap. This is the craziest feeling ever. When I've been on a Chieftain, one, this doesn't vibrate as much as a regular Chieftain. Like, I've ridden a lot of, I've ridden the Roadmaster, I've ridden the Chieftain Limited. This feels like it handles so well. Like, you'll have to get on one to really feel it, obviously, but this feels like it's a long distance cruiser with power available so fast that I've never seen in this type of bike. And I would call this a big bike, obviously, but it feels very nimble. You've got the windscreen as well, which I can put down like that. It goes all the way down. I'm gonna put it all the way up just to see how the wind changes. So almost nothing hitting my face, which is awesome. So today we're gonna just give it a feel. You know, I literally just got here today. This is the first time I've got on it. 5 minutes after I saw it, I'm on it. We're just gonna take it up, put it through its paces. I'll let you do all the technical research yourself, but I'm gonna tell you what it feels like, brake-wise, power-wise, the smoothness and the handling, because that's the stuff that really matters to me. Oh man. Well, it is actually a surprisingly beautiful day today too. So I haven't been on a cruiser in a little while because it's been a little cold here in North Carolina. But I'm glad this bike came out before it got too bad, because I would have still gotten out here. All right, so when I hit this this exit, I'm gonna give it a little bit of juice. See what it can do. Oh my God. Oh yes! Woo! Oh my God, I've never felt this in a bike. Holy crap! Oh my God. This is insane, dude. For all you guys, like, I've ridden a 116 big bore, but this thing, it makes me feel like I'm almost on a, God, some sort of, I mean, the power delivery, right? I have super bikes. I have liter naked hyper bikes. I have a Ducati V4S. I have fast bikes. But like, this thing takes off, it actually takes you pretty close to that feeling. It's crazy. Guys, sorry, I haven't been on a bike in a couple weeks, and I am literally at like a giddy little schoolboy right now. Take that however you want. Oh man, highway, literally really comfortable. I have no issue. It's very stable. I feel like that the wind is not bad at all. Now, there isn't a giant fairing in front of my leg, so I'm getting a little bit of wind hitting my leg, but that's it. Man, it's nimble as heck, man. Holy moly. You can see that. I think one of the wins from this bike is how comfortable the handlebars are. As you can see, they come all the way out. So pretty much I'm straight up and down, but it's like this bike was custom built for me, if that makes sense. Like, I'm right at 6 feet. My knees are not bent a ton. Like, my arms are perfectly bent, not extended too far, not bent too far either. Let's see how the engine braking is. Great engine braking too. Oh my goodness. Wow, man, I love this bike. This is literally probably my favorite cruiser to date from Indian. I was heavily on the Scout bobber train, but this is it right here, baby. This is it. Straight off the press, straight off the truck yesterday. We are here in sunny North Carolina at Garcia Moto today, just having some fun, man. Dashboard looks fairly similar to a Chieftain minus all of this going on. The fixed fairing is a really cool addition. Looks like you've got two cubbies right here on the bottom for some storage. Let's think, that's the gas unlock down there. And man, obviously hooking up your phone via Bluetooth is easy. You know, Indian does a great job with all of the technology features that they put on these bikes. And I can't tell you how good this bike feels when you lean over for a bike like this. Oh God. It's ready to go, boy. So the controls are very intuitive. Brakes feel great. Everything looks the same from the handlebar controls with other Indian models. I do feel a difference in the brakes and suspension though. Suspension, I'm in sport mode, looks like right now. I do feel like the suspension feels fantastic, and with this new engine, I feel like it's a lot smoother in a ton of ways. And that might be an obvious thing with this bike, but I'm sitting on it, like the bike feels just sleek. It feels like it's running fantastically. It's not chirping like crazy like some bikes do. You feel like they're gonna shut off, and it's ready to fall out. Holy crap. Oh my god. I feel like I'm gonna have the front wheel coming off this thing soon. Oh my god. Woo. So I'm 6 foot. I really easily flat foot this thing. Obviously it's not gonna be a high bike. Golly. Now, for those people that don't own a cruiser, if you are, thinking about making the transition over, you come from a little bit more powerful bike, or you come from a bike that, you don't like all the crazy vibration, this is probably the bike for you to come over to. Especially if you're driving long distance. I could easily see myself taking this thing across the country. Oh my gosh. This one, obviously you have the full speaker system as well. Indian freaking Challenger, man. I am impressed. So for you guys that are on other Indian bikes, like Chieftain, Springfield, Roadmaster, Scout, etc., you would say, oh, is it worth it for me to go up to this bike? Or whether you're on another bike that's the same type of size. If there was ever a moment to switch to a new bike and a new model, I feel like this would be the time to do it. And this is why. Indian has been doing a lot of cool things lately. One was the FTR. The bobbers have always been really fascinating to me, but they haven't really delved into this modern super freaking cruiser territory. And I'm telling you right now, there hasn't been a bike that I've been on by Indian that has come close to making me think about wanting a big bike until this one. One more thing. This bike sounds freaking good. Oh, it has a low fuel indicator, unlike my Ducati, which just doesn't even tell you if you have gas or not, which is great. Man, this thing shifts so good. And the teardrop mirrors, sick. Perfect visibility from that standpoint. Man, this thing, this is the 2020 Indian Challenger. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Today's video was a ride along. Can't wait for you guys to get your hands on this. If you haven't yet and you're on YouTube, subscribe to the Moto Safari channel. Give this video a like. Thanks so much for watching. And we'll see you on the flip side.